It says because it shows that the father was looking at the baby aisle. They know now that his wife is pregnant and send him stuff before he even has the baby in his mailbox. That's just the marketing ploy, and it says it's already being tested in a bunch of grocery stores. Satellite system used by authorities to track suspects. Big Brother knows your medications. All over the country, all your medication purchases at the pharmacy are being uploaded to Homeland Security. Government openness at issue as Bush holds onto records. They're now making everything they do secret as they make everything we do public. And it's not just terror-related stuff. Use of drones in domestic surveillance advocated. They're already using them. Pentagon drones looking through our walls. Houston Chronicle. Agencies Homeland Security role for surveillance drones. Big Brother is watching farmers from the U.S. to Australia to Canada to England. If you cut down one tree under the new environmental rules, the police come out and fine you or arrest you. See, now this Cold War satellites are watching us. GPS devices increasingly are used to spy on people by the government. Satellite tags attract criminals round the clock. Oh, it's so wonderful. Woman stalked by ex-boyfriend by GPS, trapped by technology. Think what the police can do. U.S. has scrutinized every traveler. You'll have no rights. George Orwell, here we come, Declan McCullough said while writing for CNET News. And if you want to know the model of this, it's the Finns. Finns not too concerned about friendly Big Brother. Despite government surveillance, citizens' trust of police and public servants runs high. Toronto Globe. When Tom Huppinen takes the bus to class every day, the government knows the stop he gets off on, the stop he gets knows the stop he gets on, the stop he gets off, and the time he does so. When Anna Komanen makes a call on her cell phone, the phone company not only can record her call, but it can also pinpoint where she is standing at the time she makes it. If she is ever under investigation, the police can use global positioning system or GPS technology to watch her every move, or at least that of her phone. And when Miko Valmakai was pulled over with the traffic for police speeding last summer, they simply punched a few numbers into a database, found out how much money he makes, and fined him accordingly. And it goes on to say they love it. This is what they already have set up. And they say, under the New World Order, this is the UN model, and our country's setting it up right now, the vanguard of this, the Finn system. If you make $100,000 a year, you get fined accordingly. A billionaire in Finland 2 years ago got a ticket. It was $18 million US. I mean, this is sick. My friends, I'm talking 90 miles an hour. I'm showing you all the mainstream news articles. This is 10 times worse than George Orwell's 1984. It is at least 5 times worse than Brave New World. They're setting it up. They're setting it up, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the Army says that everybody's going to accept a chip and that we're going to be in a, quote, hive mind. This is official Army War College stuff. And they're going to get it because they're going to keep ratcheting up the terror, tightening the noose over the decades to come until we're all literally in hive mind. You heard them. Look, it's already happening. They're already setting it up. Total slavery. And meanwhile, the elite will be running everything. And I'm not the only one saying this. Bill Joy, co-owner and founder of Sun Microsystems, says that the elite are already in discussions to kill all of us, that the future doesn't even need us. He's a contributor to Wired magazine. This guy's a multi-billionaire. He's telling you this. I see articles in Silicon Weekly laughing about this. The little technocrats have to know about some of this because they're involved in it. And they're on these sick power trips. There's a whole future of technology that's been suppressed, and they're greedily keeping it for themselves while using parts of it to totally dominate and dumb us down. Please wake up. This is an emergency call to humanity. This is total enslavement, total dehumanization. The New World Order uses the symbol of the pyramid for a reason. It shows compartmentalization, a tiny elite having the knowledge, manipulating the mass in a compartmentalized strata. But also it's a symbol of ancient slavery, of the slaves building the idols, building the tombs of the elite. It is a symbol of a criminal, parasitic, predator class. It's a joke on us, my friends. And they need this pyramidal structure so that a tiny cabal can control an incredibly complex society. They need their total information awareness network. They need their echelon system. They need their cashless society control grid to give you total enslavement. So this is an emergency broadcast, a transmission to you out there to wake up, humanity. We're slated for the ash heap of history by our own species. Now let's look at some of the examples of law enforcement abuse and criminal activity in the government so you can understand that giving total control over to these people is not advisable. Because again, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Ex-prosecutor tells of ties between FBI and the mob, again, carrying out hits and other operations against the American people. U.S. Supreme Court could make Miranda warnings a thing of the past. Oh, now they can use stuff against you without reading you your rights. And to show how insane how they're expanding the scope of crime so they can net more people, cops are now going into bars all over the country to arrest drunks. Gestapo-like tactics prompt outrage, complaints among owners and citizenry. And they're going into nice restaurants, sports bars, and arresting people in Virginia and Austin, Texas. People who haven't even had anything to drink. They don't even give you breathalyzers now. People that are even trying to get in cabs are being arrested. It's, public intoxication. Again, it's about letting us know who's boss. The new economy is the prison grid system.
How do we tell who you guys are without your badge numbers being visible? Man, I feel like I'm in Mexico or Russia. This is great. Except it's not tropical. So there's no way for us to tell who you are. I mean, how do we tell who you guys are? We don't?
You don't need to know who I am, so don't worry about it.
We don't need to know who you are?
Go around, please.
Were you aware that that is a textbook case of a country that isn't free, where the police say you don't need to know who we are? Does that mean the people are a criminal group at large, guilty until proven innocent? I mean, you would want to know who I am. You know the state law of failure to ID, where I could be arrested if I didn't have an ID card who I was. But you're saying you won't tell us who you are? Man, I wish you guys were on the border where the thousands of people are pouring across every day, but I guess that's not really what it's about. You guys itching to use the goodies tonight?
All the way around,
Hey, you know, it's funny how 5 years ago all the departments got a federal fund for these get-ups. But I don't think it projects dominance. I think it projects corruption. We can't see your badge numbers. What is your badge number, officer? Sir, what is your badge number? Officer. Officer Black. Well, I can't tell if it's a police officer. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the announcements tell us that if they don't have a badge number, won't present a badge, we don't know if they're police. You've heard about the women getting pulled over by the guy dressed up like a cop and getting raped. But we don't even know if these are police, ladies and gentlemen. We are still trying to find out if you are peace officers. We've been unable to see any badge numbers or names. Is it simply black uniform, GRU, or is it Stasi? Can you tell us? Are you a police officer? Who are you? Are you from a foreign country? I believe you're in violation of the Texas code. Your badge number isn't evident, but you're demanding her ID, officer. You don't have your ID in plain view, but you're demanding other people's IDs. Can you explain that to us? Are you aware of the state law? But I guess it's all about violating the law. You guys violate the law from your higher up orders, but nobody else can. Is that it? Again, the military terminology, the military seizure of America. They call us civilians, and this is the military dictatorship. As corporate America sucks your pension funds and your stock market's dry, citizens, your children. This is the new black uniform of the neo-fascist state. Witness in pain for the Republic.